In this video, I wanted to go over the process of how we go through the adoption process. So the way it'll work is we will schedule you an appointment. Before we have the appointment, I'm going to send you a Google form. In this Google form, it's going to ask you all of the questions that we would ask when you come in. And the benefit of this is it allows you to go ahead and have the basics filled out, which would be your name, the biological father's name, the biological mother's name, their addresses, their dates of birth, what the child's birth name is, where the child's birth certificate is, where the child was born. It's going to get all of the basics already filled out. And what this is going to do is it's going to help generate my documents. It's going to help generate all my petition for adoption. It's going to help generate the consents. By filling this out, it'll automatically bring that up so that when you come in, we can go over those in more detail. You might come in and say, hey, I don't have the addresses yet. So that way, when we're spending our time together, we can focus on the things that matter and the things that we need to do to streamline and get your adoption done as quickly as possible. And generally, I wouldn't say that an adoption needs to be done quickly. However, sometimes if we've hit that 6-month mark with no communication, no support, you might want to go ahead and get it filed immediately at that point and get things moving quickly, so that you don't want to drag this thing out where we haven't filed and then a child support payment come in, and at that point you've lost your implied consent. Another thing is just the quicker that these things get started, the quicker some benefits can get done. Sometimes we'll have people that are doing adoptions that'll allow one of the children to draw benefits, and every month that those benefits are not going through is a month that child is missing out on those benefits. So time is money, and we understand that. And so through our process of generating this form, it speeds up the process. It generates for us our DHR letter, so that when it's time for us to send out the DHR letter, boom, all I got to do is click Control P, print, and we've got that. So the process is you come in, we fill out the necessary paperwork, we get our consents, we get all our documents ready, and we file. Once we file, we have to give notice to DHR. DHR gives an acknowledgement letter, and then we've got 30 days from there for the court to then set a hearing. In the meantime, the court will give what's called an interlocutory order, which gives basically a temporary custody order to the filer, so that at that point they at least have temporary custody pending the final hearing. This helps, ease things as we get closer, so that some of the things that you may need signed at school and things like that are already able to be done, pending that final adoption. And then a hearing is set. At the hearing, we will bring the report for adoption, and the report for adoption will go to the state, and the state will use that to help generate the new birth certificate. We'll then get an order from the court. From there, you will get the new birth certificate in the mail. So what do you need to do next? If you're wavering on whether to get an adoption, set up an appointment, and we would love to talk to you, and we'll go over the pros and cons of an adoption and figure out a plan for you to get your adoption started.